My dear brothers and sisters, my dear warriors of the unseen battle, I come to tell you this. Pain does not mean you are weak. Pain does not mean you are lost. Pain does not mean you are forgotten. Pain is a whisper, a lesson, a calling. It is the weight that bends your back but never breaks your soul. There will be days when the world feels like a heavy coat stitched with sorrow, days when the silence of your own thoughts is louder than any voice in the room. But hear me now, you were not made to crumble beneath the weight of what tries to destroy you. You were made to stand. You were made to rise. Pain is not just an enemy, not just a thief in the night that steals joy and leaves sorrow in its place. No, pain is a teacher. Though its lessons often come wrapped in hardship, though its voice is sometimes a whisper and sometimes a storm. Pain is the kind of teacher that does not wait for your permission, does not ask if you are ready, does not care for convenience. It comes uninvited, sits itself down in the middle of your life, and refuses to leave until you have learned what it came to teach. It teaches you the weight of your own resilience. It shows you that even in your breaking, there is strength. It pushes you to the very edge of yourself, and just when you think you cannot take one more step, it proves that you can. It strips away illusion, revealing the raw, unpolished truth of who you are. Pain teaches patience. It teaches you to sit in the discomfort of your own growth, to wait for healing when all you want is relief. It shows you that not all wounds close quickly, that some lessons take time, that some sorrows must be walked through rather than avoided. It teaches you that healing is not instant, not magic, but a journey one that requires faith, endurance, and a willingness to keep going, even when the road is long. Pain teaches you to listen to yourself, to your heart, to the unspoken cries within you. It silences the noise of the world and forces you to sit with yourself, to hear your own thoughts, to understand your own heart. It teaches you to trust yourself, to recognize your own needs, to learn when to fight and when to rest. Pain teaches you empathy. It cracks your heart open, makes you softer, makes you more understanding of the struggles of others. Once you have walked through fire, you recognize the burn marks on someone else. Once you have been lost in darkness, you learn how to become a light for someone else. It is in your own suffering that you learn how to hold another's hand, how to stand beside them in their sorrow, how to offer comfort not with empty words, but with the deep knowing of one who has been there. Pain teaches you gratitude, because once you have known what it is to lose, you learn to cherish what you still have. Once you have known hunger, you learn to savor every meal. Once you have known loneliness, you hold love a little closer. Once you have known despair, you treasure joy like gold. Pain strips away the unnecessary and shows you what truly matters. But most of all, pain teaches you that you are unbreakable, that no matter how many times you are knocked down, you will rise again. That even when the storm has taken everything, you will find a way to rebuild. That you are not just a survivor, you are a warrior, a conqueror, a soul that refuses to be defeated. Pain is a teacher, yes. A hard one, a relentless one, a teacher that does not go easy on its students. But if you listen, if you allow yourself to learn, pain will not destroy you. It will shape you, it will strengthen you, and in time it will lead you to a power within yourself that you never knew existed. You are not just what has happened to you. You are not just the scars that mark your soul, nor the hurt that has tried to make a home in your heart. You are not just the echoes of pain, the memories of loss, the weight of every burden you have carried. You are not just the heartbreak, the betrayal, the suffering that knocked you down. No, my dear, you are more, so much more. Your wounds are part of your story, but they are not the whole story. They are pages in your book, but they do not define the ending. Yes, they have shaped you. Yes, they have left their fingerprints on your soul. Yes, they have changed the way you see the world. but they do not get to tell you who you are. Because you are not just your pain, you are your courage. You are every time you chose to keep going when you wanted to give up. You are every step you took through the darkness, every breath you took when breathing felt impossible. You are the quiet strength that rises in the middle of the night, the fierce determination that says, I will not be defeated. You are your resilience. You are the way you have learned to stand tall even after being knocked down. You are the way you have picked up the pieces of yourself again and again and made something beautiful out of what was broken. You are the way you have found joy even in sorrow, the way you have chosen to love even after being hurt, the way you have learned to trust yourself even when the world gave you reasons not to. You are your laughter. You are the light in your eyes when you speak of dreams yet to come. You are the hope that refuses to be extinguished. You are the kindness you offer to others even when you have not always received it yourself. You are the love you give, the warmth you bring, the way your soul refuses to harden despite all it has endured. You are the lessons you have learned, the wisdom you have gathered, the compassion you have grown. You are not just what broke you, you are what healed you. You are not just what tried to destroy you, you are what survived. Do not let your wounds trick you into believing that they are all you are. Do not let them silence your voice, dim your light, steal your worth. You are more than your struggles. You are more than your past. You are more than your wounds. And even on the days when the pain whispers otherwise, when the shadows try to convince you that you are nothing but your suffering, remember these scars are proof of healing. And you, my dear, are a living testament that even the deepest wounds do not have the power to define you. There will be moments in this life when your knees shake, when your hands tremble, when the weight of what you carry feels too much to bear. There will be times when fear grips you so tightly that you cannot tell where it ends and you begin. There will be days when the voice in your head whispers that you are not enough. Not strong enough, not brave enough, not ready enough. But let me tell you something. You do not have to be fearless to be strong. You do not have to feel brave to stand tall. Strength is not the absence of fear, it is moving forward in spite of it. It is looking your doubt in the eye and walking forward anyway. It is standing even when your body shakes, even when your heart pounds, even when every fiber of your being tells you to run. Standing tall is not just for the confident, not just for the unshaken, not just for those who have never known fear. No, it is for you, for me, for every soul who has ever faced uncertainty and still chose to show up. It is for every person who has ever questioned their worth but still held their head high. It is for those who have been hurt but refuse to let pain define them, for those who have been knocked down but refuse to stay down, for those who have faced darkness but still reach for the light. Because the truth is, courage is not in the easy moments. It is not in the days when everything goes right. It is not in the times when you feel strong and certain and unshakable. No, courage is in the moment you doubt yourself but move forward anyway. It is in the moment you think you might fall but stand tall anyway. It is in the moment you are terrified but take a step anyway. And hear me now, you will tremble. Life will bring you to your knees, will test your strength, will push you to the very edge of yourself. There will be days when you question everything, when fear feels stronger than faith, when the weight of your past feels too heavy to carry. There will be days when your voice shakes as you speak your truth, when your hands tremble as you take the next step, when your heart races as you walk into the unknown. But trembling is not weakness. It is proof that you are alive. It is proof that you are growing. It is proof that you are stepping into something greater than where you have been. Do not be ashamed of the shaking, embrace it. Because to tremble and still rise, to fear and still move, to doubt and still stand tall, that is strength. So straighten your back, even when you feel weak. Lift your chin, even when you feel small. Take the step even when you are afraid, because fear does not mean you are failing. It means you are pushing past the limits of what you thought you could endure. Stand tall even when you tremble. Stand tall even when the world tries to break you. Stand tall even when your voice shakes, when your hands quiver, when your heart pounds, because trembling is not falling. And as long as you keep standing, as long as you keep moving, as long as you keep showing up, you are already winning. Tears have a way of making us feel weak, as if crying is a sign of breaking, of losing, of falling apart. But hear me now, your tears are not a sign of weakness. They are not proof that you are failing. They are not something to be ashamed of. No, your tears are sacred. They are the rain that softens the hardened soil of your soul, the water that nurtures the roots of your becoming. Every tear you have cried carries a story, carries a truth, carries a lesson. Some tears are born from sorrow so deep that they seem endless. Some tears are shed in frustration, in exhaustion, in the quiet moments when the weight of life presses too hard against your chest.